Hey Knicks Nation, how you doing? This is Sincere from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How are you? Hey, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Because that's what we do. All right, now let's get right to it. The New York Knicks have defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 119 to 111. I'm so happy that we did so because we can shut up all the haters in the media that was just waiting to just be like, oh, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they took it, they took their lunch money and all that good stuff. No, 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 no. We came out there and we handled business. You know what I'm saying? We essentially dominated that game the vast majority of the game. Now, don't get me wrong, Donovan Mitchell played his behind off. He really did. He played his behind off, and he helped have a comeback between the third and fourth quarter. But the idea is overall, the New York Knicks held that down. They did what they were supposed to do. They played very well offensively, and they played very well defensively. Now, this is the thing. The part that I like is the idea that the defense and the offense, you can tell, is just beginning. Like we're on a different trajectory. You know what I'm saying? I'm very happy to see that there was true balance on the offense, and there was a real concerted effort. Everyone that was on that floor gave real effort on the defensive end. I don't think anybody watching the game would say that there was any particular person that was not giving effort. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to see that. Right? I got some shout outs to some people. The shout outs that I got out there, first and foremost, Trey Jameson. I'm appreciative of him because the idea is, we were everybody. I think everybody was expecting Mitchell Robinson to start last night, and the idea is Jameson came in, and I don't know how many minutes he played. I don't really care because the thing is, his presence was felt the moment he was on the floor. That whole time he was on the floor, you felt his presence. Shout out to Huck Porty because Huck Porty, the same. Like you felt his presence. He played hard. He played well, and both of them did very well. I'm just shouting out Jameson because the idea is Trey Jameson really stepped his game up against a quality defensive squad in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jared Allen and Mobley are not an easy assignment, especially for a person who's deemed a third string center. So I'm starting off with Jameson right off the rip. Huck Porter, you did your thing. I'm not knocking you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving the man the flowers because hey, he did his thing. But when it came to the center position, we held that down last night. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns because Karl Anthony Towns came out there, before there was making reports that he wasn't going to play. His quad was messed up, all that kind of stuff. And the idea is he came out, he played well. He didn't play the whole game, but he stepped up and he showed up. And I just want to say shout out to you, Cat. I appreciate you because you really could have just sat out there, but you really stepped your game up. You showed some courage, you showed some heart, and you played well. So shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like 19 points, 11 rebounds. That's a pretty solid game, and he didn't even play the whole game. The idea is Jalen Brunson did Jalen Brunson things. You know what I'm saying? He's still, I think, they had like 23 points. But the idea is he himself, you knew he should have had more points because there were a couple shots that he normally would make and they were like rimming out or rolling out. Those shots are going to drop in the future. But the idea is he stayed in the flow of the game, and more importantly is during the course of the game he was given opportunities to actually rest because other people were playing very, very well overall, defensively and offensively, and it allowed him to come in later in the fourth quarter where he was just able to do his thing. My personal person who I really want to shout out is OG Anunoby. Because OG Anunoby went out there and defended Donovan Mitchell, I would say the majority of the game, and he really did a fairly solid job defending Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is not an easy person to defend. So I'm putting that out there because OG Anunoby defended him fairly well the entire game, and not just went out there and defended him very, very well, but then he turned around and get like 24 points and 14 rebounds. Yo, you my MVP. You know what I'm saying? I want to put that out there. So you did your thing last night. So shout out to OG Anunoby. Miles McBride, Miles McBride, like you already know that defense is on point. Locking people down is what they do. The idea is like his 3-point shot wasn't as smooth as it normally is. It's kind of hit or miss, but that's just something that's going to come with time. But he did his thing last night. He brought the ball up. He defended at a high level, as I would expect. As I said, the shot was off and on. But you can say that for a number of people. Like realistically, the part that I like is the idea that you can see by watching the game that you see the true potential offensively as well as defensively. You can tell that there are still a couple or few gears that this team can take on the offensive and defensive side that they can go to a whole different level once they get more into a flow. So I was very happy to see how they moved in that game. So Karl Anthony Towns did his thing. OG Anunoby did his thing. Brunson did his thing when they needed to, especially at that free throw line. I believe he went like 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He was knocking that thing down. He was holding things down for real. So I'm real happy to see how we're doing. And again, like we have such another level that we can go up and step up to. And we really have that opportunity to have a similar situation moving forward, that we're only getting better. Like our trajectory is right on point, right? And I love it. I like it, you know what I'm saying? Because they're buying into the idea that we're going to win as a team, that it doesn't matter if 1 or 2 starters are missing or 1 or 2 starter level players are there or not. They were able to step their game up and play at a high level and do their thing. Shout out to Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek did his thing last night. Like I'm not saying the man's an all-star, but what he did was he went and set up the table very, very well. He got everybody involved. He was able to get some really good plays out there. And I mean, to be honest, there was a couple plays out there, you know, that you saw where he went and got his own. And there was a couple passes out there that made you go, woo! You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I'm happy we drafted you. I'm happy that we went out there and kept you. You know what I'm saying? Because he really did keep a certain flow going throughout the course of the game when Jalen Brunson was not on the floor. And that was the point of why we drafted him, was to have somebody else be able to come in and contribute by bringing the ball up, being creative, and getting people easier buckets. And that's what he did. And he showed that he's not afraid to come into the paint and create his own shot, whether it's layups or jump shots or whatever. He did his thing as well. So shout out to Tyler Kolek. All right. So moving forward, I like how we're moving. I like how we're developing as a team. And the scariest part is, you know, that when those shots that normally start going in with everyone, whether it's McBride, Brunson, Yabusele, even Clarkson. Oh my goodness, it's going to be scary. It's going to be scary, y'all. And the thing is, Diawara didn't even play. So, like, he brings size, he brings length, he brings athleticism, he also brings youth. So we have so many different options outside, you know, like, so whether it's Dadier and Kolek. So we got a lot of different options that we still haven't even 100% unleashed yet. So knowing that we have a Mitchell Robinson and a Josh Hart still out in the weeds there, just waiting, right, to pounce, that's a wonderful look right there. So with that being said, I'm excited to see how we do against the Celtics. I'm happy to see, you know what I'm saying, how we're going to do. I expect a win. I expect even a higher level of energy and focus. So we'll see what goes on from there. With all that being said, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, share, comment, right? Tell me what you think about this whole Celtics situation. Tell me how you feel about Kolek, OG Anunoby's performance. And, you know, I'm going to put this out there real fast and I'm going to let y'all go. Keep an eye, I don't know if y'all caught this, Diawara, Mikal Bridges, Miles McBride, and OG Anunoby, that's a monster right there on the defensive end. I saw just a glimpse of it. Keep an eye on that combination. Just saying. With all that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all have a good day. Hey, let's get it. All right, talk to you later.